Congratulations for making it to the constants module. Here we are going to look at the constants in Golang. The term constant is used in Go to denote a fixed value such as 5, -89, I love Go, 67.89, and so on. You can assume anything. Then now we are gonna talk about constants of different types. First, let me just explain what's happening here in this code. Here we have constant a, which is assigned 55. That is okay. Then if I try to reassign and change the value of constant a, then it's gonna say that it's not allowed and throw an error. So you cannot define or assign or reassign the value of a constant variable. I'm commenting it out. So it will say hello playground. Now why a is throwing the error? Because it's pre-declared in the block here. Again, we'll take care of that. Now we have variable a, which have math.square root function, but it is allowed because it's a normal variable. It can be initialized. Let's assume this is x, right? Now if I say that I declare a constant b, which will be the square root of 4, that is not allowed because square root of 4 is not a constant, right? It can be anything according to the constant, because it doesn't know, the constant doesn't know that what value the square root is gonna throw. That's why it is not allowed here as well. So we cannot do that way. Next what we are gonna do is, we have not used x yet in our program. We're just gonna print the value of x is the value of x, right? Let's run the program. Voila, it says that hello playground and it prints the value of x. But wait, we didn't print the value of a. Let's print that as well here, right? Now we are moving to the string constants, and again I'm going to tell you what is allowed and not. So we have a variable default name, and I kept that as Sam, which is allowed because it's a variable. And then I define a type myString variable as a type string, and then we have a variable custom name, which is of type myString, and it's Sam, so that is also allowed. But if I say that custom name is equals to default name, and default name is a variable, that is not allowed. So in short, I would just say that any value enclosed between double quotes in a string constant in Go is a string constant. And for example, here you can see Sam. But Go is strongly typed language. All variables require an explicit type. Then what we simply need to do is mixing the types during assignment, which is not allowed. And then we just basically create variables like default name and assign it to a constant Sam, but the default type of the constant Sam is string. So after assignment, default name is of type string. Then we create a variable custom name of type myString and assign it to the constant Sam. Since the constant Sam is untyped, it can be assigned to any string variable. Hence this assignment is allowed and custom name gets the type myString. Now we have a variable default name of type string and another variable custom name of type myString. Even though we know that myString is an alias of string, Go's strong the Go's strong typing policy disallows variables one type to be assigned to another. So hence the assignment of custom name is equals to default name is not allowed, and the compiler throws an error that you cannot use default name as type my string assignment, right? So yeah, we cannot use this, and we can simply print both of them. Now next on, moving to Boolean constants. Boolean constants are no different from string constants. There are two untyped constants, basically true and false. The same rules for string constants apply to Booleans as well, and I'll not repeat them here. The following code here is explaining the Boolean constants. Yeah, it's, I think, self-explanatory now. Now we are moving to numeric constants, which includes integers, floats, complex constants, and there are some sublets in numeric constants. In the program, you can see the constant a is untyped and has a value 5. You may be wondering what is the default type of a, and if it does have 1, how do we then assign it to a variable of different types? The answer lies in the syntax of a. So now in this program, the type of each variable is determined by the syntax of the numeric constant, and 5 is an integer by syntax, 5.6 is a floating, 5 plus 6i is a complex number. So I think that's self-explanatory, but the value of a is 5 here, and the syntax of a is generic, and hence it is possible to be assigned to any compatible type. The default type of these kind of constants can be thought of as being generated on fly depending upon the context, or here var here var int equals to a, right? This requires a to be an int, so it becomes an integer constant. And var complex 64 is equals to a requires a to be a complex number, and hence it becomes a complex constant. I think it's pretty neat now. Now we are coming to numeric expressions. Numeric constants are free to be mixed and matched in expression, and type is needed only when they are assigned to a variable or used in a place in code which demands a type. So here in this program, 5.9 is a float by syntax and 8 is an integer by syntax. Still 5.9 by 8 is allowed because the program is running, you can see, and both are numeric constants. The result of the division is 0.7375 is a float, and hence the variable of a is of type float, and the output of the program is of type float. So that's it in the constant section. See you in the next lecture.